Dr. Thomas's heartfelt warning, a patient's near-death lesson on vitamins for seniors over 60. A shocking truth to grab you. What if the little orange bottle of vitamins on your kitchen counter, the one you've trusted for years to keep you strong, is quietly stealing your health, your memories, and maybe even your life? I'm Dr. Thomas, a physician with 30 years of digging deep into the science of human health, and I'm here to share a story that still haunts me. It's about Sarah Thompson, a 67-year-old grandmother from Ohio, whose life nearly slipped away because of the wrong supplements. If you're over 60, this could be the wake-up call you didn't know you needed. Picture this: Sarah, vibrant and full of life, suddenly unable to walk across her living room without stumbling, her hands shaking, her mind foggy. She thought it was just getting old. I thought differently. Stick with me, because Sarah's story and the 4 dangerous vitamins she was taking could change how you approach your health forever. Welcome to Living Fully After 50, where we're not just about adding years to your life but adding life to your years. As a doctor who's spent 3 decades helping seniors like you stay sharp, strong, and independent, I've seen too many people betrayed by the very pills they thought were their lifeline. Sarah's story is personal to me, and I'm going to walk you through it with the warmth of a friend and the precision of a scientist. By the end, you'll know exactly which vitamins to ditch, which to embrace, and how to reclaim the energy, clarity, and joy you deserve in your golden years. Sarah's story: a grandmother's fight to stay herself. Let me take you back to a chilly morning in 2022, when Sarah Thompson shuffled into my Cincinnati clinic, her eyes heavy with worry. Sarah was 67, a retired schoolteacher with a laugh that could melt the grumpiest heart. She'd spent her life raising 3 kids, teaching hundreds more, and now delighted in baking pies for her 5 grandkids. Her garden was her sanctuary, rows of sunflowers and tomatoes she tended with love. But that day, Sarah wasn't herself. "Dr. Thomas," she said, her voice barely above a whisper, "I'm scared. I can't hold a spatula without my hands shaking. I forget where I park my car. I feel like I'm fading away, and I don't know why." As a doctor, I've heard those words more times than I can count. Seniors come to me, their spirits dimmed, blaming age for symptoms that feel like betrayal. They want to dance at their grandkids' weddings, travel to see the Grand Canyon, or simply walk to the mailbox without pain. Sarah's dream was simple: to keep baking, gardening, and playing hide and seek with her grandkids. But something was stealing that from her, and I was determined to find out what. The first clue: a vitamin betrayal. Sarah brought in her daily pill organizer, a rainbow of capsules she'd been taking for years. "These are supposed to keep me healthy," she said, pointing to a senior multivitamin she'd bought at the drugstore. "They are for energy, bones, everything." But when I ran her blood work, my heart sank. Her vitamin A levels were dangerously high, and her ferritin was off the charts. Sarah was a ticking time bomb, and her healthy vitamins were the trigger. Let's start with the first culprit: vitamin A in retinol form. Sarah's multivitamin packed 2,500 micrograms of retinol daily, way above the safe limit for someone over 65. Retinol is fat-soluble, meaning it doesn't flush out like vitamin C. It piles up in your liver and fat tissues, and as you age, your liver slows down, unable to clear it efficiently. For Sarah, this buildup was causing her blurry vision, dry skin, and joint pain she'd mistaken for arthritis. Worse, a 2022 European Journal of Clinical Nutrition study links excess retinol to a 25% higher risk of atrial fibrillation, a heart rhythm issue that can lead to strokes. Sarah's heart was in danger, and she had no idea. I sat her down and explained, "Sarah, these aren't just aches and pains. Your vitamins are overloading your system." Her eyes widened, a mix of shock and relief. "You mean it's not just me getting old?" she asked. I nodded. "We can fix this." We stopped her retinol-heavy multivitamin and switched to foods rich in beta-carotene like carrots, sweet potatoes, and spinach. Beta-carotene is safer because your body only converts it to vitamin A when needed, avoiding toxicity. Within weeks, Sarah's vision cleared, and her joint pain eased. But that was just the start. The plot thickens, a near-fatal mistake. As we dug deeper, I found 3 more vitamins in Sarah's regimen that were doing more harm than good. But before I share those, let me tell you about the moment that changed everything. 2 months into her new plan, Sarah called me in a panic. Her neighbor, Linda, a 70-year-old widow who took the same multivitamin, had just been rushed to the hospital with a stroke. "Dr. Thomas," Sarah said, her voice shaking, "Linda was fine last week. We were gardening together. Could this have been me?" My stomach dropped. Linda's blood work later showed high iron and vitamin levels eerily similar to Sarah's before we intervened. That call was Sarah's wake-up call, and it's one I want you to hear loud and clear. This twist wasn't just a scare, it was a turning point. Sarah realized her health wasn't just about her. It was about her grandkids, who needed her pies and bedtime stories. It was about her garden, her legacy of love. She became obsessed with understanding what went wrong, and I promised to guide her every step of the way. As the great philosopher Plato once said, "We are twice armed if we fight with faith." Sarah was ready to fight for her health, and I'm here to arm you with the same knowledge. The 4 dangerous vitamins to avoid after 60. Let's dive into the 4 vitamins that nearly derailed Sarah's life and could be lurking in your medicine cabinet. These aren't just warnings from a textbook. They are lessons from my 30 years of seeing patients like Sarah suffer needlessly. 1. Vitamin A. Retinol formed the silent saboteur. We've already touched on retinol's dangers, but let me paint a clearer picture. Sarah thought vitamin A was her friend. It's marketed for vision, immunity, even glowing skin. But after 65, your body's ability to process fat-soluble vitamins weakens. Excess retinol builds up, causing symptoms you might blame on age: dizziness, dry skin, even memory fog. For Sarah, it was her shaky hands and blurry vision. Worse, that 2022 study showed a 25% increased stroke risk from atrial fibrillation caused by too much retinol. What to do instead? Ditch supplements with retinol or retinol palmitate. Check your multivitamin label. Anything over 700 micrograms for women or 900 for men is risky long term. Get your vitamin A from beta-carotene in foods like kale, carrots, or eggs. Sarah's garden became her pharmacy, and her symptoms faded as her body regulated itself naturally. 2. Iron supplements, a slow poison. Next up was iron. Sarah's multivitamin included 18 milligrams of iron, and she'd been taking an extra 27 milligrams for energy. But here's the truth, After 65, your body doesn't lose iron like it used to. Men stop losing it after puberty, women, after menopause. Excess iron builds up in your liver, heart, and pancreas, causing oxidative stress. Think of it like rust damaging your organs. A 2019 The Lancet study links iron overload to Alzheimer's, cancer, and heart disease. Sarah's fatigue and heart palpitations were red flags, confirmed by her high ferritin levels. I'll never forget her reaction when I explained this. "Dr. Thomas, I thought iron was supposed to make me stronger." It's a common myth. Unless you have a diagnosed deficiency, say, from surgery or ulcers, iron supplements can do more harm than good. Sarah stopped hers, cut back on red meat, and relied on beans and greens for iron. Her energy returned, and her heart palpitations vanished. 3. Calcium, standalone supplements a heart-hardening risk. Sarah was also popping 1,000 milligrams of calcium daily, convinced it was her bone insurance. But after 65, standalone calcium supplements can be a gamble. Your bones don't absorb calcium as well as they did in your 30s, and excess calcium doesn't just disappear, it can settle in your arteries, raising your risk of heart attacks and strokes. A 2020 British Medical Journal study found that calcium supplements increase artery calcification in seniors, especially without vitamin D3 and K2 to guide it to bones. Sarah's palpitations weren't just from iron, they were a warning of calcium buildup. We switched her to calcium-rich foods like yogurt, sardines with bones, and almonds, paired with D3 and K2. Her heart rhythm steadied, and she felt lighter, freer. If you're taking high-dose calcium and eating a calcium-rich diet, you're likely overdoing it. Food is safer, and your heart will thank you. For vitamin B6, high doses a nerve-wracking surprise. The final shocker was vitamin B6. Sarah's nerve support supplement had 75 milligrams of B6, 50 times the recommended 1.5 milligrams for women her age. B6 is water-soluble, so you'd think it's safe, right? Wrong. High doses build up in nerve tissue, causing neurotoxicity. Sarah's trembling hands, balance issues, and memory fog weren't aging, they were B6 toxicity, mimicking neuropathy or dementia. A 2021 neurology study warns that doses as low as 50 mg/day can damage nerves in seniors. When I told Sarah, she was stunned. I thought B6 was good for my brain. It can be, in moderation. We cut her supplement to 1.5 milligrams from foods like chickpeas and bananas, and her symptoms improved dramatically. If your multivitamin or energy pills have more than 5 to 10 milligrams of B6, get your levels tested. Nerve damage is slow to heal, but it's preventable. A heart-stopping moment, Sarah's close call. Here's where Sarah's story gets truly gripping. 6 months into her new plan, she was feeling better, her hands steadier, her mind clearer. But one evening, she collapsed in her kitchen, clutching her chest. Her daughter rushed her to the ER, where tests revealed an irregular heartbeat likely triggered by years of excess calcium and iron stressing her heart. The doctors stabilized her, but it was a stark reminder. Her old vitamins had pushed her body to the brink. Sarah later told me, tears in her eyes, "I thought I was done, Dr. Thomas. I saw my grandkids' faces and thought I'd never see them grow up." That moment changed her. She didn't just want to survive, she wanted to thrive, to be the grandmother who could run after her grandkids, not watch from the sidelines. As Helen Keller once said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Sarah chose adventure, and I'm here to help you do the same. The 4 essential nutrients to embrace. Now, let's talk about what saved Sarah and what can save you. These 4 nutrients, when taken correctly, are your key to living fully after 50. 1. Magnesium, the unsung hero. Sarah's cramps, fatigue, and restless nights screamed magnesium deficiency, common in seniors due to aging guts and medications like diuretics. Magnesium powers over 300 enzyme systems, from your heart to your brain. A 2020 Journal of Alzheimer's Disease study links low magnesium to dementia risk, and I've seen it transform patients' lives. We started Sarah on 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate daily, gentle on her stomach, unlike the oxide form in cheap supplements. Her cramps vanished, her sleep deepened, and she felt calmer. Foods like avocados, pumpkin seeds, and black beans help, but soil depletion means supplementation is often necessary. Aim for 250 to 400 mg/day, and consult your doctor if you're on meds. 2. Vitamin D3, the Sunshine Lifeline. Sarah's blood work showed critically low vitamin D3, a hormone your skin makes less of after 65. Low D3 raises your risk of infections, fractures, and even death by 30%. Per a 2020 British Medical Journal study. It's not just for bones, it boosts immunity, mood, and cognition. We gave Sarah 2000 IU of D3 daily, taken with breakfast for better absorption. Her energy soared, and her mood lifted. She even started singing in her garden again. Most seniors need 1000 to 2000 IU/day. But test your levels, especially in winter. Choose cholecalciferol, D3, not D2, and pair it with fatty foods. 3. Vitamin B12, the brain and nerve savior. Sarah's memory lapses and wobbly legs pointed to B12 deficiency, common in seniors due to low stomach acid and meds like metformin. B12 is vital for nerves, red blood cells, and brain health, and low levels can mimic dementia. A 2018 neurology study links B12 deficiency to falls in seniors. We started Sarah on 1000 mcg of methylcobalamin daily, sublingual to bypass her stomach. Her memory sharpened, and she walked steadier. Most seniors need 500 to 1000 mcg/day, and a blood test can confirm your needs. Don't rely on food alone, absorption drops with age. 4. Omega-3 fatty acids, EPA/DHA, the longevity booster. The star of Sarah's recovery was omega-3s. These fats reduced her inflammation, steadied her heart, and cleared her mental fog. A 2021 European Journal of Clinical Nutrition study found that seniors with high omega-3 levels have a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. Sarah took 1,500 milligrams of EPA/DHA daily from a high-quality fish oil, and her joint pain eased, her heart rhythm stabilized. She felt like me again. Aim for 1,000-2,000 mg/day in triglyceride form, taken with meals. Vegan. Algae-based options are great. Omega-3s aren't just about health, they're about staying you. Stories from my clinic, more lives changed. Sarah's not alone. Let me share two more stories from my 30 years that echo her journey. Mike's Iron Wake-Up Call. Mike, a 69-year-old carpenter, came to me with crushing fatigue and heart palpitations. He'd been taking an iron-heavy multivitamin, thinking it would keep him strong. His ferritin levels were sky-high, risking heart disease. We stopped the iron, adjusted his diet, and his energy returned. Mike's back to building birdhouses for his grandkids, a reminder that assumptions can be dangerous. Clara's B12 miracle. Clara, 66, was terrified she had dementia. She forgot names, struggled to walk, and felt lost. Her B12 was nearly undetectable, worsened by acid reflux meds. After 1000 mg daily, her fog lifted, and she's back to leading her church choir. Clara's story shows how a simple fix can rewrite your future. Lessons for living fully after 50. Sarah's journey and my decades in medicine taught me lessons I want you to carry forward. 1. Your body changes, so should your choices. After 60, your metabolism slows. Fat-soluble vitamins and iron can build up, causing harm. Always check with your doctor. 2. Test before you trust. Blood work, ferritin, B12, D3, is your guide. Don't guess, know your levels. Sarah's tests saved her life. 3. Food is your first pharmacy. Nutrients from food like beta-carotene, calcium, and B12 are safer and better absorbed. Supplements fill gaps, not replace meals. 4. Choose quality over quantity. Pick bioavailable forms: magnesium glycinate, D3, methylcobalamin, triglyceride omega-3s. Quality matters more than dose. 5. Listen to your body's whispers. Tingling, fatigue, palpitations aren't just aging. They are clues. Act on them early. 6. Knowledge is your power. As Maya Angelou said, when you know better, you do better. Sarah became her own advocate, and you can too. 7. Dream big. Act smart. Your golden years are for living fully, dancing, traveling, loving. The right nutrients make it possible. Your turn. Rewrite your story. Sarah's back in her garden, her grandkids climbing her sunflowers, her pies the talk of the neighborhood. She's not just living, she's thriving, because she took charge. You can too. Check your medicine cabinet. Are you taking retinol, iron, or high-dose B6? Have you tested your D3 or B12? Comment below what shocked you most about Sarah's story. If this hit home, share it with someone you love. Subscribe to Living Fully After 50 and hit the bell. We're here to help you live stronger, clearer, and happier. Let's make your golden years your best years yet.